a spin! There's a spin, it's Sergio Perez, who did very well if he managed to avoid the wall, and I don't think he has, because look at the rear wing of the Racing Point, and Perez is out of this race.
Front tyre punctured as well, debris on track. He's away from the racing line. Will they feel the need for a safety car for that? It's going to be a difficult car to recover.
Yes, they do, Martin.
Yes, full safety car then. Full safety car deployed. That'll close the pack up. There's a road there, security road there. We can see his left front is flat. They've got to put men on the track.
Overlooking those pit walls, it's absolutely bone dry, and I'm loving the action here. That is Daniel Ricciardo, and that looks like a massive engine problem for the Renault driver. And a visor full of God knows what for Pierre Gasly, who's got ahead of Danny Kvyat.
Yeah, he passed Kvyat in the middle of all of that. Daniel wants to get back to the pits, go and catch his aeroplane or something, because he's not parking it, is he?
No, he's not. Worries, and Daniel Ricciardo has, I think, got to the Mercedes-Benz grandstand and pulled over to the side of the track and parked it in a safe place.
Difficult to know how safe it is from there, but till we see a wider shot. Ted?
We believe that was an old engine. That was engine number 1. You get 3 engines for the year, and that was on. They went back to engine number 1 because they wanted to. I was not surprised it's gone.
That was pretty brave actually there of Gasly. No yellow flags, so there hasn't been an incident as such. But there's been the virtual safety car has been deployed to recover that Renault. I think if he's just on the outside at turn 8, he might be in the line of fire under braking. Yes, he will be.
He was seeking today, Daniel Ricciardo, a 7th consecutive race finish, which doesn't sound a lot, but it would have been his longest streak since the back end of 2015 and the start of 2016.
And look at the fuel and the fluid that's been dropping out of the back of that. That's going to be slippery if you run over that. So hit the neutral button. The driver's obliged to put the steering wheel back on. There's a durable compound. Therefore,
Norris has gone off as well on the slicks.
That looks like a technical issue, though, doesn't it? Looks like he's just retiring from the race now.
Oh, no.
Oh, we got another spinner there while
we're
watching
Stroll.
that.
So both drivers going onto the slick tyres, and this is their lap out of the pits.
I've lost power, gear sync's gone, I've lost power.
So Norris has lost power.
Gear sync sounds like it might be hydraulic, doesn't it? Okay.
Wretched afternoon. This is turning into McLaren.
What will they do with Leclerc and Hamilton when they come in? You've got to put soft tyres on from what we're seeing out there. And Leclerc picks.
Oh, Charles Leclerc's gone out, gone right and gone out. Leclerc has gone into the barriers at the penultimate turn, and a second Ferrari in the space of 2 races here in the German Grand Prix has ended up into the barriers. It was Sebastian Vettel last year. It's Charles Leclerc this year, and that car looks beached. And his hopes of a great result this afternoon have slid away, with his car sliding away too.
Just as he was staring at a victory opportunity. It's the same, but he's been over there twice already.
No!
He's just gone on to the slick tyres, and it's still very, very wet in that final part of the circuit. And Charles Leclerc, what desperate luck for him. As if you can.
Oh, he had that tiny bit of understeer, and now it's just going to skate straight into the barriers. It wasn't exactly pushing that hard. It just snapped to the back. He had to countersteer, it to turn into the slide, and now he's on the skating rink, the drag strip.
23 laps for you to do that, and look, there is the Renault of Nico Hülkenberg, who you sat down with just yesterday to talk about his home Grand Prix, and he's ending his home Grand Prix in the barriers, and another car in the barriers at the final corner. Oh, what a race this is turning into.
Car. That'll be another safety car then. It's exactly the same situation. He's dug a hole like he's building a sandcastle on the beach on a Sunday afternoon. And I'm presuming it's going to be the same thing. A little bit of oversteer. That's just plain understeered off, hasn't it? And then that's caught him out. And then he actually hitting the brakes was the worst thing he could do at that point.
Nico Rosberg, what a feeling, what a horrendous feeling that must be in your home Grand Prix. As for the 2nd year running, a German driver crashes out in their home Grand Prix.
That's so terrible for him. I was just about to say, like, what a phenomenal run he's having.
In the end, and...
oh, that's sliding out, that's Valtteri Bottas! Bottas is out of the race!
Safety car.
There'll be another safety car here. Oh, and Toto Wolff bangs his fist on the desk in front of him as Valtteri Bottas, pushing hard to catch Lance Stroll, has spun off into the barriers, and this 200th Formula One Grand-Prix for Mercedes is one they will want to forget in a hurry.
Everything okay, Valtteri?
Yeah, all good. Oh, sorry, guys.
Extraordinary. Lewis is down in 15th, also known this afternoon as last place at the moment, and Valtteri is out. Valtteri Bottas, it's going to be the same thing, I guess. He's going to touch a bit of water, he runs a bit wide. It's the same spin that Lewis had, but it sort of materialised in a different way, and boom.
Oh.
So yeah, just catching up. You can see the slightly damper track there, just enough to loosen off the heavily loaded left rear tyre, straight to the scene of the accident.
And spinning around, no chance to stop, and that is Valtteri Bottas's 22 race, finishing and scoring. Because the homegrown hero is up into the podium, and they're going wide.
The Toro Rosso down into turn 6. I just saw that before. I think they might have touched Crofty.
So we'll see in a moment, but definitely the front wing dragging along the ground as Pierre Gasly comes to a halt. We can see it now, down towards the hairpin. Alex Albon ahead of Gasly.
Okay, so he tried to go around.
Oh!
So Albon went for the defence, and Gasly was going to the right. They both went right together.
And that caps a pretty miserable afternoon for Pierre Gasly, it has to be said.